Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex back here again today. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a hard flip. Alright, so for the hard flip, you're going to want to know two tricks. Now it's going to be the kick flip and the front side shove it. Alright guys, so that kickflip was a little bit weird, but basically that's just the two tricks you're going to want to know. And so for the purpose of explaining to you guys how to do this trick, I'm just going to do my hard flips like my examples. I'm going to do them fakey because I'm wearing shorts and my board kind of has a bit of razor tail. So I just kind of want to skip over the trouble of getting credit carded. And you know, for me, I can do a hard flip in every stance, but for me, it's always just felt more comfortable to do them fakey, and it also goes less vertically in between my legs, so that's why I'm going to be explaining it to you guys fakey, but it's all the same concept. Alright guys, so we're going to start out learning this trick with the first thing that you need to know, and that's going to be foot placement. For foot placement, I typically like to have my front foot a little bit under the bulbs, you know, not quite kickflip, because for kickflip I usually have it up here, but you can either have it a few inches down, or you can even have it in the middle of the board. It's just whatever helps you flip the board around. And for the back foot, I like to have mine in this little pocket right here. It's sort of like if you're doing a front shove, kind of have it like right there. Don't have it taking up the whole tail, just right there is perfectly fine for me. It took me a while to discover the secret to how to flip a hard flip. It was actually kind of weird, because when I first started, people said that it was a combination of a front side shove it and a kickflip, which it is, but a lot of times I would focus on sort of trying to combine the two, like thinking kickflip and shove it, and usually it would just, sort of end up going into like a front side flip, and it was really frustrating up until I found just the right way to flick it, and that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. So whenever I do my hard flips, I don't really think like front side shove it and kick flip. I sort of just focus more on the flip, because to me that's what's more important. I don't really focus on how I'm going to scoop it. Like if you flick it the right way, you really don't need to think about how you're going to get it around and do the front side shove it part of the trick. But basically, the secret that I discovered, it was kind of weird. I just played around with it. So we have our front foot up here, like I said before, and we're going to slide up, sort of like we're doing a kickflip. It's the same mentality as if you're going to do a kickflip. But typically when you kickflip, you kickflip up and straight out. But what I do for hard flips is I slide up, you know, like I usually would. But right when I get to right here, I flick out to the side and sort of behind me, sort of like that motion you just saw. You're going to want to do like a backwards C-shaped kind of flick. And it's a really weird thing to get down, but as long as you think about it and you look down before you pop the trick and you see your foot do that, you just slide up, and once you get here, right here, you kind of want to take the shape of the board with the concave right there. You sort of want to get up to the top, and once you reach right here, sort of kick back and behind you, like a C, like all the way like that, and that'll cause the board to sort of go like that. And I don't know if this is gonna apply for you guys too, but that's sort of what keeps it from going vertical for me. Now this should help with getting the board around. If you notice that the flick, but you're kind of just getting it like that, you might need to focus a little bit more on the front side shove it aspect of the trick. But for the most part, from there on, if you know your front side shove it's and your kick flips, all you really have to do is jump back with it. Just look down and follow the board. You don't want to jump in front of you like you would to catch a regular pop shove it. You want to jump a little bit more than you would for a front side shove it to sort of catch it. Alright guys, so sorry that hard flip was a little bit ugly. I know it was pretty sketchy, could use some cleaning up. That definitely was not my best hard flip, but you gotta understand that my board's pretty old. It's kind of lost sort of its pop, and we're out here in some really hot Texas weather, so it's kind of a pain to have to go back and land something I think it was a fairly decent fakie hard flip, I guess. But yeah, in case you guys are still having trouble with the rotation, one thing that really helped me when I was first starting to learn them is when you're doing the trick, roll at an angle. So let's say, okay, here's the board perfectly straight. You could pop a hard flip like that, or you could do it at an angle, and so whenever you flick it, the board doesn't need to work so hard to spin all the way. It'll sort of already be at like a kickstart. Sorry guys, it took me like 5 minutes to film that hard flip, so I'm kind of out of breath. But yeah, like I was saying, if you do it at an angle, slowly and slowly you'll start to have to rely less on that, and you can start doing them like fully straight. But yeah, for fakie it doesn't work too well because you kind of land like sideways, but you know, whatever helps you. I personally find them easier to do it fakie. I can kind of do them switch, nollie, it's a little bit easier, but out of all of them I'd have to say a switch is probably the hardest. So good luck practicing this trick. I hope you get it. Peace.